career, if you really want to, if marketing is a passion, I think one needs to follow and understand all horizontal aspects. I think when you're starting to build your career, in the mid of your career, everyone keeps looking at vertical growth. My topic is about 3 success mantras that make you a good marketer. Now, obviously, when this topic was told, I didn't realize we are about the CMO's meetings, so I'm sure it's not applicable to you guys who already have reached where you want to be. But just keep in mind and maybe reminisce with me the journey when you were climbing to this, and the journey you still have, all of us have still left to climb, and see if these things you can also relate to and can pass on to your teams. I've been a marketer all my life, and even though I've moved into business roles, at the heart of it, and the reason why I say I'm a marketer is because people is my passion, in the sense understanding people, emotions, what motivates them, drives them, and then obviously, to me, that's a fundamental building block of being a good marketer. But the 3 success, the 3 is just a number, but I would just try to structure it by saying what's relevant for these days to have a good career in marketing or build good brands as a marketer. The first one is fairly obvious today after what has happened in the last 1.5-2 years is, as marketers, we need to have a very flexible and open, agile approach. As world has taught us, best of the plans can get laid to waste. So similarly, the same works for marketing, right? You can go out you can plan a campaign for 6 months, 3 months, whatever, and suddenly you pick up some new trend or environment has changed, and one needs to really quickly adapt to the same. That's a completely different thing. That's more about capturing the moment and building on it. This is about really adjusting to what's relevant in today's time. And I'll give you an example to come to light, as I'm sure all of you would have gone through this. Last 1.5 years back, when obviously, March, April, we were all busy and our financial year started. You have a lot of plans, communication that you're going to roll out. Suddenly the pandemic hit first time. And obviously, everybody is grappling with uncertainty across and all. And as things are sort of stabilizing, still in lockdown, money is on communications being optimized, etc. Now, obviously, you still need to engage with consumers at some point in time, or you still need to do what is right. Now, there are 2 things to do at that point in time is what we thought. One is nothing, because if you don't have anything to say, just be out, not the time to go out with brand messages. Other is that, we have a property called Tata Ji Javore, right? Javore is all about enabling people, inspiring people to give their best and help society. And we thought that's the best time to bring that platform. That's what we did. In pandemic, we came up with this thing about, is baat bado ke liye Javore, because the first pandemic was really about protecting the senior citizens, making sure they're living alone, they don't have access to help, etc. during the lockdown. In phase 2, the Javore was more about helping everyone get vaccinated. So we found, we quickly, in sort of few weeks, just under lockdown, turned around, got this campaign on. I won't call it campaign because it's more than campaign. An initiative rolling, got people to volunteer, and I think one needs to follow and understand all horizontal aspects. I think when you're starting to build your career, in the mid of your career, everyone keeps looking at vertical growth, and those growths are normally grade related growth, next designation, next grade, etc. I think what's also important to, especially when you start hitting senior levels, for you to realize that I wish, I would have had exposure to this field. I would have had exposure to this field, even though it's not your passion. So idea is, and that's my advice to always people who are building their careers, junior to mid-term, is try and get exposure to every line. You may not vibe with it, you may not have passion for it, but get exposure, because sometimes you may have exposure and you may say, oh wow, I never thought this would appeal to me, and you may end up building a great career out of it. But more importantly, to round you up as a marketer. So that to me is a very, very important step, and something I am always very conscious of, even at whatever role I'm doing, is that am I able to tick this box off or not for me to grow and obviously continue to stay relevant. The last mantra I would say, which I think is very important also for a lot of markets. See, I obviously have made my career in FMCG, and today we have very new age D2C brands, new age brands, a lot of data is there, etc. There are always questions marketing are asked about ROI, etc. That's great. But marketing is a marriage of left brain and right brain. And if you go to any of the extremes, I don't think it works. So you can analyze as much data as you want. You will, first of all, never have enough data. We all know that. Secondly, you can analyze as much data as you want. But in the end, you're dealing with human beings. And that's very important. We all feel we are rational, but we know what we end up doing. Just think of yourself, think of your relatives, etc. and friends. I wake up every morning thinking I want to be fit. But as you can see what happens. So it's very important to understand human motivation behind what they're saying. And so data is one part of it. But understanding human behavior, what motivates the other. And on the other extreme, you obviously can't just focus only on that part, which is picking a really creative ad and the ones we call the can-winning ads, so to say, which we all know, which has zero impact on the brand, because that means that you've never really got to the true insight. As marketers and brand custodians, we need to fit into the consumer's life and not the other way around. And I think that's very important always. I think when we are handling our brands, it's always the focus is on our brand, our message. This is the thing that we need to drive. I think the best of the brands come from the other way around. They look at how they are seamlessly fitting into consumers' life. So a Tata Tea doesn't just refreshes you, it awakens you. That is the promise that, that's the identity that, we have. Nike doesn't say, go buy it. They say, just do it. They don't say, just go and buy it, right? So the best of the brands that you look at will always touch the human nerve, and that is the space they will occupy, and that is what will end up making great brands and in turn great marketers. So those are the three mantras I had. I thought I'll give you 1.5 minutes back, so I have to really rush through it.